Okay. KTT, new episode once every 2 weeks. I am Drift. I'm joined by my co-host.
It's Zero. Wagwan Mandem.
And before we get into the podcast proper, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the regular YouTube stuff that you've come to understand on the platform by now. You feel me? Helps me, helps us, helps the platform. You get me? And without further ado, we're gonna start with what? My Hero Academia, yeah? Talk of the town right now. You know what I'm saying? Big 4:30. I'm gonna pass it over to Zero, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so MHA 430 finally come to an end.
Okay. End of an era.
It is indeed. Not too deep on this one. Just kind of my thoughts on, the discourse on social media right now.
All right. That being?
Just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Damn. Okay, yeah, no, so we're talking about the memes.
You understand? Like,
Okay.
just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Okay.
You understand? So what I'm wondering is, do you feel like the memes have like gotten a bit out of control?
Not at
on
all.
that one.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Nah.
Deserves it.
I wouldn't even say it deserves it.
All
It's
right.
just the fucking memes. You get me? Like, I wouldn't even say that it deserves it. It's just they're memes. And of course, not everybody in the fandom likes the ending for My Hero Academia.
Of course.
You get me?
Course.
So obviously some of them, and you know that in any community, there are the trolls. You feel me? And as with anything on the internet, you just can't be too mad at trolling. You feel me? So the memes were gonna happen. If anything, boy, I've been rocking with them. They make me laugh. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? As somebody that, like, I'm still an MHA fan, I actually like the ending to My Hero Academia. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean these jokes aren't gonna fly, my boy.
True.
You feel me? That does not mean these jokes are not gonna fly. So that's why I'm like, hey man, I see the memes, but they don't really take away anything from MHA to me. You get me? It just represents people like trying to joke on some shit. You feel me? That's my thoughts on that.
But it's more than just the jokes. You understand? Jokes are jokes. I just say like the memes gonna fly.
The jokes are gonna fly for real. Yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is more people like dead set in the mentality that the ending was shit. You understand?
Okay.
I know
okay.
obviously like you can't read the fucking manga, right? And then
I'm just gonna preface it. Stay exactly where you are, but I'm just gonna preface it. I'm gonna get off my chest. If you don't like the ending for My Hero Academia, fucking tough, my nigga. You feel me? Tough. You get me? But that's. I'm just gonna preface it by saying that. Please continue.
Right. So I mean, it's exactly along those lines, really. You understand? Not everybody's happy with the ending, but the way you're talking it down, as if it's the worst thing ever, it's a bit of a overreaction.
What are some of the talking points that you've come across? Like what type of points are you seeing in like the discourse online regarding the ending for 430?
I mean, the biggest one
If you can remember any of them, like type
the
shit.
biggest one I've seen, right, and the one that like I don't know, I think this one kind of irked me the most.
Alright.
It's the fact that Deku didn't try.
What the fuck?
Right,
huh?
exactly. Cool. There you go. Deku didn't try.
Oh, you are cooked.
Right? So the complaint is that you see how Stain, regular Joe, work,
Okay,
but his
so
quirk allows blood
quickly,
manipulation.
just that quickly, we are not dealing with regular Joe, but yeah, go on.
Cool, but we're talking about in terms of like physical abilities.
Okay.
Average, I'd say above average human.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
and
definitely. So,
he
yes.
was able to keep up like Leader and Deku, who were using like, newly developed full cowling.
Okay.
Right? So the complaint is that essentially Deku didn't try, he didn't do shit. Once the quirk disappeared, once All for One disappeared.
One for all. I mean, me and the listeners know what you're talking about. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, so once One for All disappeared, he didn't do anything. You understand? He just...
So what? So my question then would then be, okay, cool. If we understand the narrative purpose of showing that One for All,
so
go on.
Before we get to that, what we're trying to get to is the fact that the argument is he didn't do anything. He didn't try to improve himself and still, try and be a hero working with what he got.
We're talking about Deku.
He only wanted a handout. He waited for a handout.
We're
So he
talking
got
about-
a handout. He got a handout from All Might, and he got a handout mech suit at the end as well. So he didn't try until he got a handout.
So we are talking about Deku.
Yes.
Like the nigga that we watch My Hero Academia.
Yes.
I feel like it's a disingenuous argument just off the rip out the gate to say
Precisely.
that Deku doesn't try in any capacity. if you are watching My Hero Academia, the entire fucking story is about Deku quite literally trying to become a hero. You know what I'm saying? You see him go from quirkless to getting a quirk, training before he even got into UA to just be able to have the body to be able to handle that quirk. Entering UA. Just about. Entering UA during the sports festival. Breaking up his fucking body just to pass through the festival. I'm like, cuz, on every fucking stage, at every stage of the story, we have been shown Deku trying. You get me? So the argument of Deku didn't try purely based on how you feel an aspect of the last arc went or the final chapters went, that is a disingenuous argument. That's why I'm like, for me, you're allowed to have that opinion, but me and you are not talking MHA, my nigga. You feel me? If that's like the opinion you have, and of course I don't mean you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about anybody online that has that type of fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're allowed to have an opinion, we all are. You get me? It's just on a deeper level, if we're talking deeper shit like narratives and like overarching messages and shit.
Thank you. That's just the point I'm gonna make.
I don't think me and you are talking about MHA.
Doesn't it make more narrative sense that he ends up quirkless?
But that's what I'm saying.
Isn't the takeaway that anybody can be a hero if you...
Quite fucking literally that, bro. Cool. So I'm like, I'm confused what part of that niggas aren't understanding. You get me? I'm confused about what part of that has niggas so bent the fuck out of shape. You get me? But I get it. To some people, MHA was like their hero fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Deku was their insert. You feel me? So they wanted Deku to kind of end the story as this super powered ass nigga. You feel me?
So, and on that point, listen, shooting you plenty of bail here, fam. Like, but I became real fucking quick. Do you understand? I became real quick. How I became the greatest hero became how we became the greatest heroes.
And that's what I'm saying. Hey, listen. hey, I've told you, if we're talking MHA, I'm an unbiased nigga. You feel me? It's one of the things that I feel like we've spoken about this off mic, and I've told you that's one of the things that kind of irks me about the story, because it lets me know that this ending wasn't something that was thought about at the start of MHA. You get me? Like, it wasn't.
It's One Piece, fam.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you feel me? Like, it wasn't the ending that he had in mind when MHA started, because at the starting, that quote was how I became the greatest hero. You get me? And then obviously at the end of the story where we are now, from about, I'd say, 426 onwards, the kind of messaging has been, it's not that I'm the greatest hero, we all are. Do you know what I'm saying? And he even goes some ways on explaining why he thinks that. I can't remember them right now. You get me? So that's why I'm like, hey, I get it. The man that disliked the fact that Deku ended the story quirkless, you know what I'm saying? As well as the people that were like, hey, I guess it's a story of how we all became heroes. I understand people disliking that. You get me? But to say that Deku wasn't trying, simply because of like how you feel about one part of the final fucking arc, like the final chapters, that to me is disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? To me, you're in your motherfucking feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that shit cook, let it simmer, you know what I'm saying? Sit down cross-legged, burn some incense, you know what I'm saying? And you'll feel a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Not even kumbaya, fam. Wusa.
Like, wusa, rub your earlobes, you feel me? Wusa, nigga. Like, real bad boy shit, you feel me? And I feel like a year from now, you'll probably look back on this shit a little differently. You get me? Because don't forget, I'll give you a good example, yeah, before like we kind of close out the fucking segment, unless you have any more thoughts, yeah? Niggas fucking hated the ending for Attack on Titan. I'm talking the manga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas fucking hated the ending for Attack on Titan. I'm talking the Star Wars Attack on Titan fans, they fucking hated that shit on arrival. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I need to tell you how many YouTube videos there are online right now trying to tell you exactly like how beautiful the ending of Attack on Titan really is, to the tune of millions of views. You get me? So that's why I'm like, of course, you will always have the people when something ends that will be mad butthurt because shit didn't go the exact way that they wanted it to. And it's just a natural human response, you feel me? It's just, let's keep this, like, let's keep the arguments genuine, you feel me? Let's keep the arguments, like, factual, you get me? To say Deku didn't try at any point of the story on My Hero Academia is like, cuz, are we watching the same fucking story?
I love the way this man read into it. Man, I'm like, bro, they ain't kept in touch for like 8 years, fam. Like, bro became quirkless and wondered that he ain't in the group chat no more, fam.
My nigga, listen, you see what I'm saying, bro? It's like, cuz, I get it. You niggas is hurt. That's fine, bro. You get me? So now it's not you have an issue with the fact that he's quirkless. You have an issue with the fact that like the nigga's just arguably a bad communicator in his adulthood, I guess. You get me? I'm like, come on, man. Let's keep the arguments on base. You feel me? If you don't like the ending, say it with chest. You don't like the ending. That's fine. That's okay, guys. You feel me? But Deku didn't try. Just that quickly, the nigga that says that to me, just that quickly, me and you are not talking MHA ever again. You know what I'm saying? And I dare say we might not talk anime. You know what I'm saying? We might just talk movies or some shit. Yeah. You feel me? But yeah, that's my thoughts on MHA for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm gonna close out the segment unless you have anything else to add, mad out.
Nah, MHA 430. Thanks, Horikoshi. It's been alright.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you said it, because before I close out the segment, I was gonna say, regardless of how niggas feel, regardless of how I feel, there's not every aspect of it that I love. You get me? But thank you, Horikoshi. You know what I'm saying? And real shit, goodbye, My Hero Academia. You feel me? It's been with us for 10 years. Goodbye. You feel me? So long until we meet again, because obviously I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. You feel me? But until we meet again, type shit. You feel me? But that's the MHA segment wrapped up. You get me? One's gonna come in next with JJK. We have moved forward in time because we are back for the JJK segment. You know what I'm saying? So, really quickly, you feel me? I don't know if you're clued up with the last chapter. You feel me? Cool, my dog. You know what I'm saying? Stay abreast of shit. We love to see it. So, the overall implication of the most recent chapter, you know what I'm saying, is Yuji really bossing up and telling that nigga Sukuna, yo, listen, gang. You feel me? You either give the body back to me, you either give the body back to Megumin and return to me, or I'm going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Man directly flat out said that to Sukuna. And the look in man's eyes, the look on his face, like it was a very purposeful panel. You know what I'm saying? It was a look of, I am now fairly confident that I can kill you.
It's that look you gave Mahito, innit?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Except for like, literally the same look. Dead ass, bro. Good reference, you feel me? So it's literally that energy. It's like, yo, so listen, you either give up Megumin's body and return to me, or I kill you. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I only prefaced the conversation with that because the next question is, what do you think is going to happen next? Do you think this is where Sukuna actually goes out?
Next chapter coming up? Nah, not in a one fight fucking thing, no.
No?
No. No, definitely not in like the immediate next chapter. They're gonna square up.
Okay.
You understand? Obviously Sukuna is not gonna take that shit lightly, so obviously you're gonna fight back.
He didn't, like the look on his face in the panel.
Exactly,
like, yeah.
exactly.
Man was literally like, yo, I'm gonna kill every single one of your friends in front of you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man's like, cool. In response, if you think I'm just gonna kill you, no, nigga, I'm gonna kill every single one of your friends in front of you. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, I am actually curious to see what type of energy the next chapter is gonna have. You feel me? So that's kind of why I asked, because more so than any time before, I like to think this is really kind of like give you the impression like, yo, this is fucking it. You get me? So that's kind of why I wanted to know what your thoughts were. I personally think there is a chance this might get wrapped up next chapter, but I also am of the same mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't see this dying. I don't see bro dying in the next chapter. The only reason I can validate seeing it in the next chapter is because, again, it would be a very decent way to end the cycle. We've been in here for a year long now.
But that's the cycle. Like, I don't see Sukuna going up before the whole thing is up. We don't have fucking what's his name anymore? Was it Geto? Not Geto.
You mean Kenjaku?
Kenjaku, thank you.
Yeah.
We ain't got Kenjaku no more.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't have Sukuna. Sukuna dies next chapter. Like, how does the story end? The super merge, all of that, the calling games.
Exactly. How does any of that happen if Sukuna's alive? Huh? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if Sukuna dies...
I'm expecting something else.
Okay, cool. Whether or not you're expecting something else, what I'm saying is like, okay, cool. It's been so long. I've seen Sukuna box with so many different people jumping in, jumping out, all of these tactics that have been formulated around. But all of that lets me know, okay, cool. This engagement has been long enough and fleshed out enough and deep enough, hella binding vows, all of that shit, that if you told me next chapter he does actually die, so that way we can actually get around to this merger part of the shit, I'd be like, well, okay, cool, you've broken the cycle. You feel me? Right. That's why I'm like,
would that be satisfying though?
I'd be cool with it. Nigga, I've been there for a year. I've seen multiple parties go up against you.
I agree that the Sukuna cycle
not even just on not even just the Sukuna cycle. I'm talking like on a story-based level, like the amount of fights you've seen him in up to this point, right? You've seen multiple fights, multiple fucking like tactics to fucking fight him, multiple different stages of engagements. I'm like, it's been a pretty long and fleshed out engagement so far. You get me? So if the approach was cool, it ending next chapter would feel too soon, I'd be like, how? I'm like, who else? After this, you know what I'm saying? In all likelihood, there is a solid chance that he's gonna box back Yuji after this, you know what I'm saying? But post that, how much longer should this shit continue then? Is my question. Would be my follow-up question.
That I can't say, but I just don't see it being like a one chapter fight. I don't really see that.
The whole thing, no. So when I say like wrapping up next chapter, I'm not talking about him dying next chapter. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, cool, next chapter we are going to see the beginning of that nigga's definitive close.
So we're saying that it's either he separates or he's like
that we're like by the end of the next chapter.
It's obviously gonna separate because Yuji's not gonna kill Megumin.
You get me? But that's what I'm saying. Like the reason I posed the question was like, okay, cool. Where do you think, like, what do you think Sukuna's gonna do next in next chapter? You get me? Because I'm like, based off the energy that I was getting from the two of them, it looks like the next chapter might be some definitive shit. You get me? But at the same time, because I've been here for a year and I've known what the Sukuna cycle can do, there is also a strong chance that next week is nothing definitive. You get me? So that's why I'm like, I'm open to both.
Next week, fam. What are you talking about?
Honestly, bro, you can just back from the dead.
Lobotomy Kaisen, fam.
Lobotomy Kaisen, fam. You get me? So you're like a new flesh mech has arrived, fam. You feel me? A new flesh mech has arrived. But honestly, we weren't gonna spend the entire segment on fucking JJK. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on it. You feel me? And kind of pick your brain on it. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, I believe you wanted to talk about Chainsaw Man real quick.
Yeah. So most recent chapter. Something interesting happened. You know, I kind of made a joke about it on Twitter. I was like, bro, my reading comprehension is really fucked. Yeah, because it took me far too long to realize what was going on in the page before me. Like, I'm just like so hungry for the chapter.
Yeah.
Like to see some shit.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I'm not really appreciating the panels that bro's been putting out.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So I get further down to the chapter, right? And I noticed that one of the devils that got eaten in the last chapter, previous chapter,
right?
He had big ears, but I didn't peg him for like an ear devil. You understand? And you know how devils work in Chainsaw Man.
So tell me and tell the audience, how do devils work in Chainsaw Man?
So the way a devil works is like the more the collective consciousness fears a certain item or a concept, right? That then gives birth to a devil. So for example,
yeah, okay, go on.
So for example, Chainsaw Man is born out of people's fear of chainsaws.
Yeah.
Right? People are afraid of darkness.
Yeah. So there's a darkness devil.
There's a darkness devil.
Right.
People are scared of heights.
Right.
There's a height devil.
So is
falling
it,
devil.
So is it only like concepts like darkness that can only give rise to a devil?
No, bro, there's a tomato devil.
Okay.
You understand? Or there was.
Let's
it's like one of the first devils you see Denji fight, like a tomato devil. You understand?
Expound.
So like anything can be like a devil. You understand? But anyway, point I was trying to make is I didn't peg bro for like the ear devil.
Right.
And because Chainsaw Man killed him and basically ate him yesterday?
Yeah.
Last chapter.
Yeah.
Because Chainsaw Man basically killed him and ate him last chapter, everybody's fucking ears disappeared.
As in physically disappeared off their bodies.
Physically disappeared. I had to go back. It started off with an elephant. I have to wonder, did he know what he was doing? Like, did he actually just like, yeah, they're not even realizing that's come back and check? Because they were just panels and panels of nobody with, of just people with no ears.
So my question is this, cool, when like, alright, cool, fuck it. You slumped the fucking ear devil, right? Does that mean every person on the planet right now, right? Your ears just
physically
disappear? Like your ears just disappear off your head.
What's an ear, bro? EAR. Like, I don't know what that is.
But okay, cool. My thing is this though, yeah. Even if conceptually, like the idea of ears disappears from your mind, right? Stay with me, right? Even if conceptually, the idea of ears disappears from your mind, right? You mean to tell me like nobody would feel that their ears are just physically fucking gone now?
Popped out.
Like how are niggas hearing, twin? You feel me? I'm like, if niggas' ears are just physically gone now, like if you're walking down the road at the moment that Denji slumps the fucking ear devil, yeah? You have your earpods in.
It's an ear devil, not the hearing devil.
No. My bad. No. You did the science. Cool. I'll walk it back, right? You can still hear. You can still hear. You just don't have ears. You feel me? So you're walking down the road, you have your earpods in. Denji slumps the fucking ear devil. You know what I'm saying? Your ears just disappear and you just don't give a fuck because you no longer know what ears are as a concept.
Your earpods just drop off and like,
and you just,
all right, cool. What do we
the implications
use them for?
are
what's an AirPod and what do we use them for?
The implications are fucking wild, fam.
Yeah,
they are wild because to me, what I'm thinking is cool. I'm walking down the road with my AirPods. The fucking ear devil, like the ear devil gets slumped. To me, not only do I stop caring about the fucking concept of having ears, my ears physically disappear and I just keep walking. My AirPods are on the floor now.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right.
£200 AirPods down the drain.
All right. That's fucking wild to me. But yeah, go on. That's fucking wild to me, bro.
Yeah. So I quite like that. That was like a more visual representation of like what we know about Chainsaw Man and Yoru.
The implications are definitely more worrying now.
What, they just eat a devil and then like...
Yeah.
I mean, but that's always been the case, but...
it was easy to stomach with like weapons and concepts. Do you get
Precisely.
Me? When you told me...
Gone.
Don't you have me? Weapons...
Newt devil eaten.
You know what I'm saying?
War devil, gone. War devil, partially eaten.
You get me? So I'm like, those are easiest to grapple with, right? When you told me that him eating, like if he eats the mouth devil, for
Then
example,
everybody
right?
loses mouth, fam.
Everyone loses their mouth. I'm like, bro, that is a wild implication, fam. That is a wild implication.
In the eye
nigga.
devil, everybody goes blind.
Blind,
Like, you know
my
what I'm saying?
nigga. I'm like, what the fuck going on in Miami, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, it does make the implications of the world considerably more worrying, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I dare say, be careful what devil you eat.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, if he eats the fucking long devil, does that mean every nigga just loses? Oh, fuck that, bro. The implications, G. The implications, G. My God.
Right.
My God. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
So, right, I'm glad you grasped that. It's like, that's just weird. It's like a nice visual representation that, like, it's not just concepts, you understand, that can be eaten. Anything can get eaten. You understand? And it affects. But I don't understand the fear of ears. Yeah? We'll close out here, boy, but I genuinely didn't know there was a fucking fear of ears, bro.
Bro, there's a fear of ducks, my nigga.
Ducks, fine. Somewhere in the world there's a duck watching you. I know that fear. I've heard about that one.
I mean, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah,
So
like somewhere in the world there's a
in
duck watching you.
Yeah, that's just fucking
I
out
know
there.
that one, boy. But
And
like,
from time I can understand that there are niggas on the planet that are afraid of the fact that somewhere on the globe a duck might be watching them. The world of fears are radiant to me, fam. If you told me that there was a nigga on the planet that is afraid of ears, I'd be like, interesting, but not altogether unbelievable. You get me? Interesting, but not altogether unbelievable, fam. You get me?
I feel like bro was just trolling us, innit,
Bro,
yeah,
look,
good,
hey,
good,
all I'm gonna
effort,
say is
good
this,
effort.
bruv. This is what I'm gonna say, yeah? You don't do something like that without instantly understanding the implications it will give off to your readers. You get me? So whether or not it was trolling, yes, you are now gonna have readers thinking, okay, cool.
I mean,
So if you eat the
you
motherfucking,
got both sides basically.
if
right?
you eat the heart devil, does that mean the heart's fucking LG? You see what I'm saying?
So it showed you both sides. You understand? So eat the devil. The concept, the item disappears, right? But if you keep making him spit it up, it comes back.
Oh, okay, all right.
You understand?
Cool.
So he spat up the ear devil at the end, and everybody's ear just popped back into existence. You understand? So it's not a permanent change, as with like Yoru and shit.
Yo, that is a fucking wild
Change
stuff,
man,
bro.
wow, bro. Like,
Wild
you
stuff,
you
bro.
never know what you're gonna get.
Man
You
said-
never know what you're gonna
Man
get.
said
Trust me.
he threw up the fucking ear devil, fam. A nigga just, my ears are back now, fam. Where are my AirPods? Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Never
Down the
mind.
road, fam.
We're gonna close out the JJK / chainsawman segment here. You know what I'm saying? And sail into the final segment of One Piece. You feel me? Got you soon. We are back for the final segment, One Piece. If you're still here, like, comment, subscribe once again. It helps the show, helps me, helps Zero. Big love, appreciate it. Talking about One Piece though, I'm gonna dash it to my dog Zero. Let's go.
So One Piece chapter 1122.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that just dropped a fucking nuke, figuratively and literally, into the fucking community.
The implications.
My guy, my dude. So, long-term hockey storage. That's a thing.
I mean, what just hockey storage as a thing? Like
You
in
understand?
general.
Hockey storage is a thing. All right. So it's gone from your willpower, manifesting itself, hardening your skin, giving you precog.
Yeah.
You understand?
One can seal their willpower into an object. Right?
Into an object.
And have it not diminish over time. Do you get me? Like it won't expire, I guess.
Does that feel like an asshole to you?
Nah.
Why not?
The reason it don't feel like an arsehole to me is because nothing about our understanding of hockey said that you couldn't do that. And the reason it doesn't feel like an arsehole to me is because if that feels like an arsehole to me, then the concept of swordsmanship in One Piece is like loses a lot of interest to me. You get me? Because don't forget,
But
Black
there's a difference
Blades-
between channeling and storing.
What's the difference? Explain it to me. You're still infusing your hockey into an inanimate object.
Alright, cool.
Tomatoes to me, bro.
Fair enough. But with, like, for example, say Zoro and Oden,
Okay.
right? Or most like swordsman in One Piece.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You're holding the sword
Okay.
and you're channeling
Yoru.
your Haku,
Yoru.
your Haki.
Yoru.
We'll come to that.
Okay.
Yeah? You're channeling your Haki. Calm. Then there's what we saw in the chapter with Joy Boy storing his Haki in the rope or the knot,
Okay.
right? And it remaining there undiminished, seemingly, for 800 years.
A black blade, my nigga. A black blade,
Right.
once upon becoming a black blade, because it has had so much hockey infused into it, even if the sword isn't in the hand of the nigga that infused the black blade hockey into it no more, that blade still remains black. It doesn't like slowly diminish or start going back to like a normal colored blade over time. You get me?
No.
So that's why I'm like, to me, doesn't really feel like an arsehole because I've already seen that Haki can be used in that fashion.
Right.
And I was very purposeful when I said shit like diminish over time, because again, the black blades are in my head here.
Right.
You get me? By your own definition, like explanation, sorry, man said definition. By your own explanation and my own understanding of how black blades work, yeah, you inject your Haki into a blade enough times that eventually the blade becomes permanently black. Permanently black.
Right.
You get me? So that's why I'm like, I've already seen that Haki can be placed into an item for a period of time without that item necessarily changing.
Right.
I've already seen it in black blades. You know what I'm saying? So that's why for me, my takeaway from 1122 was the implications here. So it's like, okay, cool, because you've shown that this can be done now using Joy Boy, how else are you gonna use shit like that in the story going forward? Because I don't want to see.
I feel like they kind of showed it to us before Joy Boy.
Okay.
The minute I became aware of that, I immediately went back to like Odin. So like Kaido being able to sense Odin's Haki in the sword, for example, in Enma.
Okay. Yeah, no, elaborate, expound. Give me some more on that.
So the next thing I was kind of wondering is like, okay, so is there a situation whereby it can, like, objects can absorb Haki in like a residual sense? So it just stores up Haki.
Like if it's around you long
right,
enough,
if it's around you long
you emit Haki,
it just absorbs the Haki itself.
That's why I'm saying, okay, cool. That's why I said the implications. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, I don't feel like it's an arse pool. I'm more concerned with the implications that you've done by like revealing something like that. Because what you
and
just
to
fucking
clarify
asked,
my position, I don't feel like
No.
I just said the minute I saw it, I thought back to like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was like, all right, cool. There's precedent there. So that quite right, like you pointed out the black blades. So it's like we had the black blades, we had Odin, and then we had this. So there are things there that set it up that it's plot. Like you understand, it's a thing. It's not unrealistic. It's not a stretch
at all.
It's not a stretch. You understand?
At all.
So let's just get this out of the way. We're just like looking at it, it's like, all right, cool. Did it kind of come off like an asshole?
You know what I'm saying?
And you're saying no.
No. And again, like the strongest piece of evidence I'm going to use is the black blades again. Do you know what I'm saying? That's because it's the part of the anime that we're like anybody that understands what we're talking about now can easily like use a parallel to. You feel me? Because for me, the minute I thought like the minute that it was revealed that Joy Boy stored fucking Haki in the knot when the knot was revealed, boom. Me, I was like, so okay, cool, we can do that. How else are you going, like, who else will I be seeing doing shit like that in the future? Because obviously when you do things like that in a story, the implications are going to make the reader think, well, okay, if Joy Boy can seal his Haki into a fucking knot, who else do we know that has dominating levels of fucking Haki? And what can they do with it in some of these fucking contexts? You get me? If he can, bro, I'm out here thinking that hat in fucking Marijois.
Well, that's why I asked about the residual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
That's why I asked about the residual.
Yeah.
So, like, did that hat, like, absorb, like, residual Haki from Joy Boy?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not going to think that that's, like, a fucking bomb again. Like, maybe the knot thing was more purposeful.
But
you understand, like, if that absorbed all that Haki from bro, just, like, being around him and shit like that.
Well, maybe you just said something that was mad fucking interesting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe whatever you're sealing the Haki into in the way that Joy Boy did it, it needs to be sealed into something that can be released. You get me? Because how else would the fucking item, like if you use a straw hat, for example, if you seal mad Haki into a straw hat, how would that straw hat just emit the fucking Haki?
Turn like Kung Lao hat, innit?
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Serious. But yeah, fucking sorry. So that's kind of why I said that, because I'm like, cool. Maybe you can only like fuse or store Haki in something that allows that Haki to be released. You know what I'm saying? Like, i.e., if you have a tied knot and you store Haki in that, upon untying that knot, you release the fucking trapped Haki.
So I saw something on that point there.
Right.
I don't think even just like any old knot would do.
Do you think?
You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't just like grab a rope and just like store the Haki in the rope and then like years after you just pop the rope and then.
So do you say that?
Hold on. Right. So, it's to do with Nami.
Okay.
So pre-time skip where she went. Right. And she's weird with the fucking wizard looking.
Yeah, the cloud niggas.
You understand?
Yeah.
They have that rope thing, that knot thing that they can use to like generate wind.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like it's a specific type of item that does it, so that like narrows it down even more. It's not any item that can just be like infuse the Haki. It has to be like purposeful. So another thing that I saw come up, input dials. Haven't seen them in a while. Can you imagine just like stockpiling a bunch of
storing Haki in a
like,
fucking impact down, man?
Slapping somebody with it.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by implications here, fam. You get me? But
you can even like like that's the next thing as well. Like man, like Usopp, Nami, and Chopper, they don't have that shit, but Luffy could store some.
Hey, Usopp does have Haki. Yeah? Cool. If we can store Haki and you are dead set on using fucking pellets and fucking growth beans and shit going forward, nigga, I'm gonna need you to start storing.
He needs armament hardening.
I'm gonna need you to start being able to fucking store some Haki in your bullets now, my nigga. But yeah, I'm saying, come on, lock the fuck in, twin. You feel me? Lock the fuck in, twin. You feel me? But yeah. I can't lie. I do feel like that's everything that we have for One Piece. You feel me? I can't lie to you. It wasn't the crazy. The parts of the most recent chapter that I wanted to talk about, we really did already get through. It was Haki, the storing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it from me.
Just like application is like, like how best to apply and kind of touching on like some characters that really need it. You understand? Because like last word on this, Usopp definitely needs something. I am hoping he gets something on Elbaf. Elbaf has to be like, I don't really buy into it. Like it has to, but something on Elbaf needs to inspire you.
Listen, he's
to
the one.
Up your game.
He's the one that said he wants to become a great warrior of the sea or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're the whole warrior place ever.
Place. You just said it. The whole great warrior-esque fucking place
essentially
is Elbaf. You feel me? Fucking Elbaf. You feel me?
So,
like the nigga over there is called Loki. So listen, gang, I will need you to lock the fuck in.
True.
And as a final point before we close out the One Piece segment, right? There's something to like I wanted to pick your brain about. Do you think it might be a conversation about like one's masterful, like one's mastery of Haki that allows them to be able to do something that Joy Boy did? You get me?
I'd assume so. Like not any old Joe can do that. I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Because alright, cool. Using Usopp as an example.
Yeah.
Usopp is basically any old Joe with Haki. He's my dog. Don't get me wrong. Right?
We fuck with Usopp, yeah.
Usopp's use of Haki is very rudimentary. You can like maybe sense presence now. You understand?
Yeah.
Like you haven't really fleshed out exactly what he can do. But yet we know at the heights of that shit, you can see seconds, minutes ahead. You see what I'm gonna say? Like armament, you had the standard one, and then you had like Rio.
Yeah. And
then you had Conqueror's Haki and Advanced Conqueror's Haki that you can like infuse into like blows and swords and stuff like that. So not any old Tom, Dick, and Harry can like do
what we saw.
Even if you can use
did.
Haki, I feel like it's a very specific caliber.
It takes a very high level mastery of Haki,
which is why making a Black Blade is so hard.
Yeah,
it might be very time consuming. And it might be very difficult. Only the heights.
Yeah, I'm saying
really achieve them kind of feats there. So yeah.
I mean, if anything, I say keep that in your mind. You get me? Because I do feel like it might be a conversation that we have again on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not it's like a certain level of Haki mastery, I said Hakery, a certain level of Haki mastery that allows one to do the whole infusing thing that we saw Joy Boy do. Because I do feel like it's not a coincidence that he's the only person and the first person that we see do something like that. Not Black Blade, but that.
The Joy Boy glazing is just beginning from.
Oh man, hey, get your stocks while they're low. You feel me? Get your stocks while they're low. Start buying now. You feel me? But yeah, that's it from me. Unless you have anything else to add on, my bro.
No, we're good.
And that's how we do it. That's KTT, episode 16. Catch you in the next one. Love.
Peace.